Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now then, last Wednesday, the Secretary of State for Business told this House it did not necessarily make sense to concrete over the wells at the Preston New Road site in Lancashire. Now, given that these are the only two viable wells in the whole of the UK, pouring concrete down them would be the end of the shale gas industry in the UK. Yeah. And this would be an inappropriate step at this time. And we're in the midst, Mr. Speaker, of an international crisis. And as the Prime Minister himself said, the West has become addicted to Russian gas. And this is something we must rectify immediately. It is a national emergency. And this House was assured last week that both the Business Department and Number 10 agreed that these wells should not be filled. However, government rhetoric is not being matched by action on the ground. And Quadrilla, the company that owns the wells, has spent the last 6 days trying to get hold of anyone at Bays or the Oil and Gas Authority to receive confirmation that they no longer need to carry out this abandonment process. But they are being ignored. Officials are dragging their heels, and now with just days to go, Quadrilla are still legally obliged to plug the wells by the 30th of June, and the OGA keeps confirming this. The Business Secretary says that they should formally request an extension. This is nothing but Jobsworth mentality. But that's just kicking the can down the road, and we'll be back here having the same arguments in a few weeks' time. Instead, can I ask the Business Secretary why he just doesn't give a practical effect to the words that he uttered last week and instruct the OGA to reverse the decision to concrete the wells? That's what they're waiting for. Either the government thinks these wells should be filled or it doesn't. To concrete or not to concrete is the question. Frack or not to frack. If we don't want to see concrete being poured down our only viable shale gas wells in the middle of an energy crisis, the Business Secretary needs to act quickly. As Western civilisation grapples with an energy crisis, I'm at pains to understand why the government risks jeopardising Britain's long-term energy security over some tiny procedural nonsense. The course of action is clear to me. Now, I hear some chuntering in this House today, but I would challenge any MP, Mr. Speaker, in this House, any MP, to come to my constituents, speak to some real people who are struggling with their gas bills. Not one person in this place has to worry about paying their gas bills, and hang your heads in shame.